Sea-Doo ready. I have a junk jet ski here with me, and if you're willing to take it and put your time and dime into it, I would love to see it racing on this course. So we do have the tab up. We're going to constantly we're going to share it now. So we're going to go ahead and go with race 2 now that we're hot. We've got the yellow light on. Justin there, our course marshal, race director, is checking on the line. 2 goes to 1. All the lights are on the line. Green flag racing. We need some line hold. We need some holding of the line. I don't know who that is. I think it's Stackhouse. He's letting everybody go. Okay, this looks a lot cleaner. Race number 3. The starting line is yours. Looks like Miss Bailey on the outside on that Sea-Doo has the advantage as we speak. That RXPX 325, Greg Swole. I'm going to get it right. But her friend Ashley, no, that's Lewis. So Bailey gets the whole shot on the bigger horsepower machine, but the little EX right behind it. There's Justin Flanagan in third. Jackson Lloyd in fourth, followed by Ashley Swole. Then there's Stackhouse. Exciting start there in race 2. We got Bailey Glaceman there, putting on the horsepower with that Sea-Doo. Meanwhile, look at the little EX hang with the big boys. That's a 3-cylinder, well, they're all 3 cylinders, but that's a 3-cylinder 130 horsepower ski out there keeping up with 300 horsepower skis. So half the horsepower holding its own amongst. Race 3 to the line. I only see 2 of you. I know there's more than that. Yeah, that's actually a bad timing on that, Tristan. Let's hold that for the ride home when he's really upset. Hey, whenever you have moments like that, think, what would Trent do? Huh? Tristan's keeping his mouth shut more? No. No. Terry, if you haven't figured out, buddy, Trent is my favorite. I wish I could be more like him. He doesn't say much, but he works really, really hard. And me, I talk all the time and barely ever work. Isn't that right, Tristan? Talk too much and do too little. He's exercising his right to be silent. What are you doing with your visor? Did it break? Smith's broke. Oh, it scratched. What was that from? Did you hit your head? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that wasn't here then. That's when you go do all that crazy stuff in Havasu. Did you sleep good last night? It doesn't look like it. I slept great. The hotel temperature was set at 63 before I even got up there, and man, oh my goodness. The roaring lion gets fed. Is that for me? No? Yes. No. It's not? Are you tired? No, I had a big cup of coffee this morning. Yeah, no, this is tea. Oh, okay. I made it at my hotel, and I'm faking you out on this Starbucks. Well, I used my Astros cup for coffee this morning, but I was saying on the live stream, if Charles could bring me a cup of coffee, that'd say even better things about me. I know you work with Charles, so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, did he just send me a cup of coffee? I bet before the day is over, he will send me a cup of coffee. I bet he does. He's. So I just got my message that first race results are posted. You have 30 minutes to challenge your spot. Tristan, you need to go do that. I think you were third. No, you passed right there at the end. Oh, you're okay. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, good job on that race, though. You're well. Look at him smile now. Racing action on the water. Believe Bailey Glaceman still in the lead on that beginner runabout, 4:13, followed by race 3. We still need some more of you on the line. Lewis Weiler still holding his own on that EX in second. Now, Bailey using the big horsepower on the outside, smoother water. Lewis using the inside, smaller boat, tighter turning capacity. Again, still holding his own. Really, they're about a buoy and a half apart. So, Lewis putting together a great ride this morning in the smoother water conditions. The Sea-Doo yesterday was having issues in the chop. But the EX is also in the choppier conditions, having some problems, and the sparks really, really came on. And we're going to see that here. We've got Jackson Lloyd coming across on the 405 Motorsports. Rob Krosky, that's a spark. Here he comes here, taking the white flag. And then we've got Justin in a different class on the RXPX there. And then we have Ashley, also on a Yamaha. So she's second place in her class, I believe. No, maybe third. So we got a mixed bag. We got 3 EXs out there, and we've got 2 RXPs. Yeah, so Lewis is in lead in her class, Ashley's in second, and then Jackson's in a different. I believe they moved Jackson to 1100. So even though he's on a Spark, that's actually the 2-stroke Sea-Doo class that he's entered in. But he's holding third overall in this moto. So Jackson pouring on the action on the Spark this weekend. Are you going to the Tower of Power? Yeah, with blankets. Oh. So they got out there to the Tower of Power just in their polos, and the wind is whipping. So they're like, can you bring me a blankie, please? So you have Snuggie. So Justin Smith, our cowboy on the tower, doesn't take his cowboy hat off except for 2 things. And then Wild Bill is also out there. He's in the red hat. If you've never met Wild Bill, you're missing out. He is his own show. The circus comes with him. The circus master. Told me this morning he was drinking an energy drink that tasted like his foot smelled. I don't know which one it is, but I won't be trying it myself. So we've got the checkered flag waving for Bailey Glaceman. Now, again, we want to remind that you don't stop racing at the tower. You race through to the white buoys. And we want to thank our event sponsors, Ride Now Motorsports, along with Liquid Molly, City of Lake Charles, hosting today's events. This is the Solar Eclipse race. We've got the Solar Eclipse coming on Monday. And the city, they wanted racing to come back for the area. So they reached out to the event promoters and got this race added to our schedule. We're very thankful. We would have had a break all the way through June if they hadn't added this race. So we've actually launched 2 races off here in Texas, Louisiana, before the rest of the country could even get their first race on. So love seeing that. Had riders from the last group come all the way from Florida, Lake Havasu in Nebraska. Since this one was a last-minute add-on, we didn't have the commitments like we normally do, but that will change as people get buzzed about what we're doing here, see it online. They're going to show up. They see our courses. They see our race program, so they're going to start showing up. If you build it, they will come. Race number 3, Vintage Ski on the number 4 out of Vidor, Texas, riding for the Good Times Mafia. It's Mrs. Law Firm Carly Henning-Harris. Out of Groves, Texas, on the 07, that is Robert Dunlap. And on the 504, out of Corpus Christi, Texas, that's Sean Carlson. On the 427, out of Nederland, Texas, Mr. Jerry Rig Racing, that is Joshua Bro. on that beautiful Lightning ski out of Austin, Texas. That's the 201 of Chad Manson. And out of Lumberton, Texas, one of our Race of the Day candidates yesterday. On the 52, that's Jaden Rosado. Yeah. I believe Ralph Henning Racing to no. I see he put his hood on. I see his hood on one ski, so don't know who that is. That's probably Jaden's ski. And Jaden is riding Ralph's ski. So let's see. Looks to me like Robert Smith on the outside with that leg drag is your hole shot candidate, followed by Jaden. That is right. Jaden is on Ralph's ski today. Or it could be Carly's, not quite sure. It's Jaden's hood for sure. When he comes around, I'll be able to tell you. Robert Smith with the hole shot. I'm sorry, Robert Dunlap. Sorry, y'all. It's a personal thing. That is actually Carly's ski. So that's my old ski that Jaden's on. Followed by Chad Manson there. There's Josh Bro on his LSU Lightning ski. That came from Austin Chevalier. Then there's Carly. She's on her dad's ski. Well, maybe not. They're both white sponsons, so I can't quite tell. No, that's a gray hand pole. So Carly is riding her ski, and Jaden Rosado is on Ralph Henning's ski. Way out front, Rob Dunlap, out of Groves, Texas originally. He is a PNG Indian. Moved down to Crystal Beach and runs a few businesses down there. Robert, an entrepreneur. He's also a junk jet ski collector like I am. Robert enjoys vintage skis very, very much. Rob travels around the country and races. He's been to the West Coast. He's been to Florida. He calls this home. Rob is a very accomplished mechanic, so he does most of his own work on his ski, whether it's tuning or rebuilding. Bought that ski from a great friend of mine, actually my best friend in jet skiing, Curtis Reinberg. And Curtis put the 750 conversion pump in that ski, one of the first people to do that. Thought it would be a little bit different. So when that first happened, we didn't have the horsepower available to feed that big pump. Rob has since rebuilt the engine a few times and put some better parts on it to feed that big pump, and he's had a lot of time on the ski, so he's used to it, giving us that leg drag example coming around like Victor Sheldon of old. So that's a white flag. He's acknowledging that as he goes by. Told me yesterday, I believe he got a 2 overall because he missed a lot of buoys. We talked about that. So today he was going to get more familiar with the course. I saw him out there practicing this morning, and they're giving him okay that he didn't miss any buoys. There's Jaden on that Good Times Mafia GC Mechanics 550. Followed by Chad Manson there on the 201. That's a original stickered ski. He's just put the sponsons on it. And beautifully, beautifully kept up 1992 550 SX Limited. Most of these skis are Reed induction skis, which came in the beginning year of 1991. Kawasaki moved from a piston port engine to a Reed induction engine to prevent backfires. And you can put a lot of parts that they still make today on that engine rather than the piston port engine. They run way more efficient. So that's why in the beginning everybody was coming with the piston port, seeing the big smoke and the loud wah, wah, wah. And they've all moved to the Reed engines and way more efficient for these big courses and these long races. So, yes, they race these skis all year. They don't build them for just one race. Most of them are in a limited setup, so they can run all year. They run 2-stroke mixed gas oil. A lot of them are burning Maxima 927, which smells delicious up here on the beach. And then the other choosing to run Klotz R50, which is also a great smelling oil when it burns in a 2-stroke engine. Never a better smell than the older 2-stroke classes. The vintage skis have open exhaust. Most of them don't come out the rear. Some of them come out the side. So you have a greater smell, in my opinion, with the 550s and the X2s than you do with the two-stroke Super Jets, the SXRs, or the Wave Blasters. So here comes Rob. He's taking the checkered flag at the tower, but he knows to race through to the checkered buoys. That bit him yesterday. He didn't race through all the way to the tower, and Jaden was able to get past him. So here comes Jaden on that Good Times Mafia 550. Believe it's got a little bit more power than his. So believe it's the same handling, but a little bit more power. So he's getting used to that. Jaden, a very, very accomplished Superjet racer. I practiced with him at Jeans. Race number 4, the starting line is yours. You're not there. We need you to the starting line. Race number 4. We have 3 more riders coming around, and then the starting line will be yours. So race number 4, we need you to the starting line. That's Runabout Amateur Red. Jackson Lloyd, Ashley Swoll. I am getting better with.
Guys, and I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My name is Karis Webster and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's the perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
We want to thank Liquid Molly and Commander Industries for sponsoring our tour and today's event. Want to thank Nautiwater for being the sanction, and Jet Tribe, the Vo family, for equipping us with great safety equipment on the water. Really, really impressed with the Jet Tribe life jackets that have the back brace built into it. It eliminates a lot of equipment, so I'm still old school. I wear a life jacket and a back brace separately, but probably spend more money on both of those apparatuses than the cost of a Jet Tribe life jacket that has it both. And then, of course, Jet Tribe will custom print your name and rider number in your life jacket, so the losing of it and being mistaken for somebody else's is gone. It's definitely your life jacket. It's got your name on it. My mother loved writing my name in my underwear. What about you, Mike? Back of your shirt? Okay. Charles, we'd love to know where your mother wrote your name on your clothes, if you could communicate that. Mark Rosado, if you could bring my chargers to me at some point, it would be appreciated. I now am, like you, low on battery. I see it. But we know you're busy down there loading up those 550s. Jaden, how'd you like that power under that 550? Yes. We got to go back to the race lab and get you some more power, buddy. We will. Don't worry. So we've got Jackson needing holders. That's what he's calling for. Jackson needs some holders, and Matt needs some holders. Ashley's dad's coming, so she's good. And Brianna looks like she's good. So if we could get 4 holders to the line, please. 4 holders. There comes Evan. So that's going to be, and it looks like Bailey's coming, so that's going to be 2. And Mr. Falcone's coming, and Pablo Pagan, our race of the day winner from yesterday. He loves that. He's big old smile. Big smile when you tell him he's race of the day winner. But can you match today? Can you double down today, Pablo? The marshals think you can. They got confidence in you. Did anyone from the races visit any local facilities? We'd love to know. So Michael's saying the Golden Nugget. That's not the facilities I mean. Off the air yesterday, I shared a story with my local facility visit, and I plan not going back. I'm sure it was packed last night. I can. Okay, so we're communicating with our live stream and the wind concern. We're not going to go into a break. We are going to go straight from race 11 right back into race 1. So if you're race 1 and some of you are race 11, you will go back to back. Hey, buddy. Great race. So we're with race number 3, Vintage Ski Moto 1 winner from today, and I believe finished second overall yesterday. Had some issues missing some buoys, so you went out and practiced and cleared that up today. So tell us about the water conditions. Thank you, sir. Tell us about the water conditions today compared to yesterday. And we're speaking with Robert Dunlap from Groves, Texas.
Much better. Yesterday was a wash, and we all got beat on pretty bad. But today's not so bad, but we'll see what happens as the day progresses.
So we talked a little bit during the race about your 750 pump, which I know helped you a lot yesterday in those conditions, but the buoys, missing the buoys because they were floating. And now don't think he's course incompetent. Robert is a very accomplished racer, very course competent, but in the high winds and the chop, the buoys actually rotate and float. So they're not in the same place every time, so it's not necessarily his fault. But explain to us how your ski setup, which is different from the others with a bigger pump, helped you yesterday or hurt you today and maybe helped you today.
750 pump in a 550 hole, the pump shoe sits a lot lower down from the bottom of the hole. So when you're running through the big chop like that, you could stay right on top of it and keep on skipping along. You're steadily picking up water. 550 pumps just aren't, don't get me wrong, you can run a 550 pump and go out and win titles with it, but if everybody's running sponsons and 750 pumps and you're not, why not?
So again, different conditions, different setups, or make you or break you. Is there any people you'd like to thank or encourage to watch online? Maybe your wife or sponsors.
Chris Haggis with Pro Watercraft Racing, definitely. Matt Connors with Outpost Power Sports for sure, and David Zapirian has a lot of good stuff to say, too. Watch a lot of his stuff, and his program works pretty good. It's brought him a few world titles, and I follow through with a little bit of his style and a little bit of his setup, and it's definitely working.
So at the last race in Orange, you had us all sign a shirt for a rider going through some things, and were you able to get that shirt to him, and any feedback that he might be able watching online here today?
It's in the mail, and you should see a live video from him this week sometime.
And who are you talking about?
Bud Stevens.
Okay, and say hi to Bud if he's watching today.
Bud Stevens, if you're watching, hey, buddy, we all love you and love what you do for us. We appreciate it.
And then what are you going to have for us in Moto 2 today?
Well, I can't say it on camera, but, whoopings.
Okay. So, Robert Smith from my same hometown area. We are the reigning 5A Division II state champion football. Go Indians. Robert's favorite thing to do is called Big Chiefin' in the city of Groves. Look at him smile. Race number 5. Race number 5. The starting line is yours. We need you rolling. First 3 races, 1, 2, and 3. You now have 30 minutes to dispute your positions or forever hold your peace. Racing action on the water. Jackson Lloyd on that Spark. Racing, I believe, 3rd in his first moto, number 1 in this one. Followed by Miss Ashley there on the 11 EX. And then behind them, Matt Reeves on that Spark. And I believe that's Breon, yeah. They're in the back. They're all on the back stretch. So, again, this is one of the most even classes, this Rex Likes class. All these boats are designed to go the same speed, but the conditions, smooth water is a little bit more friendly to the Yamaha. Rough water, after I saw it yesterday, is honestly a little bit more friendly to the Spark. Ashley has a little bit of a blip there on the inside split, but she recovers nice and doesn't lose any time. The Sparks usually are 3rd and 4th place in this class, and the Yamahas dominate. But today, the Sparks, with the windy conditions and some adjusting back at the race labs, have come out, and they're holding their own and showing authority in this class. Terry, the next race is making their way. I see him. Race number 6, Sports Spec to the ready. Race number 6, Sports Spec to the ready. We want to click these off. These clouds aren't dark for any reason. The wind is going to pick back up like it did yesterday. Charles, how are we sounding? Can't say enough good things about Ride Now Power Sports. They're located in the Dallas area, right? Or are they nationwide?
Nationwide sponsor.
They're nationwide. That's awesome. So look up ridenowmotorsports.com and look for a location and visit one of their stores. I'm sure they have plenty of nice accessories. They're a big dealership is what it is. I saw the one in Dallas and Fort Worth area, and real nice building, great equipment outside, great equipment inside. Their staff was really nice. Yeah, oh, with the barge in the background. Yeah, looks like Captain Phillips. Race number 5. The line is yours. So Miss Ashley is trying to reel in the big fish. She switched to the outside to follow Jackson around, and she's made up some ground on him. So Jackson now 3 buoys ahead, taking the white flag. Mrs. Ashley likes what she sees on the outside. She's now moving to a stand-up position to gain that. Matt Reeves now still using the inside as round out. So you can throw a blanket over 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in this Rex Lights class. Miss Brian, a junior rider, but riding her dad's EX. So she's earning her chops, as we say. That's a fast ski, and they both ride it beautifully. Again, we encourage you to take pictures with the overcast conditions like that. As you can see, the boats are really bright. Now, we've got a race now. Matt Reeves on the Spark. Brianne, oh, she checks up. She checks up to let him go around. Racing action on the back stretch. 2nd place, 3rd place, and 4th place all right there together. Action Jackson checked out up front, coming around to take that checkered flag. These skis this is an entry-level Runabout jet ski, so retail is usually around $9,000 to $13,000, depending on which trim package you get. Some of the Yamahas are actually illegal in this class because they have parts that aren't common to the ski. So the Sparks are not that way. The only thing I believe the Sparks aren't allowed in this class is a turbo. Yes, they do actually have a turboed Spark, and it is very fast. They are talking about putting turbos on these skis and allowing them to race, but it would probably be a pro-level class only. There's other countries that do.
When I'm looking for high-quality performance oil, Luca Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
So that's what we love is racing. We don't like people running away from each other and just riding laps. We like racing, so that's a very racy class. You're right. So there may be, everybody watches if people miss buoys. So if you didn't take the black buoy on a missed buoy lap, that's on you. Nobody tells you to do it that way. If you know you missed a buoy, then you're supposed to take the black buoy on the following lap to be counted back on the lead lap. Race number 6, Sports Spec. We need you to the ready. We're not lollygagging. If you're in the Sport Spec class, we need you on the line after these guys are gone. So the yellow light is on. Justin Smith checking all the riders. Green light, we are racing. I see the light. Trent Cornett has a big bobble off the line, almost making contact with Javier Falcone. Now, meantime, Javier straight like a bullet down the line. This was actually Race of the Day candidate mentioned yesterday. This was honorable mention. Javier Falcone actually started 4th in this moto, and there's only 4 of them out there, and raced his way through the field to the win. Tristan Hebert goes down on the start. Here comes Javier. Now, it looks like that's Trent on the outside. Mr. Bobble on the line, but he gathers it back up. And it looks to be like Trent and Javier dead even. Trent has another bobble. No, Javier comes around. So that's the front stretch hole shot right there for Javier Falcone. Here comes my buddy Trent. Now, he's going to race with his brother. Trent comes out in second. Tristan comes out in third. And then we've got Christian on the 405 coming around for fourth. There he comes. Beautiful ski there from 405 Motorsports. That's Rob Crow's little boy. Course Marshal Rob. Race number 6. Race number 6, the starting line is yours. Race 7 to the ready. I don't know where Adrian is, but I hope he's taking pictures right now. I wish I had my camera so I could be doing that, but I'm announcing instead. I'm going to give it a shot today, though. Yeah, I heard we're having the news come out today. Oh, there's Adrian. I see him down there. He's up. Yep. He's up. He might be filming, though. No, he said he's taking pictures. Adrian agreeing with me. He likes the overcast conditions for pictures. The sunshine and the glare off the water does not affect days like today. So he really, a photographer enjoys conditions where they know their photos really pop and stand out. So Javier's actually switched to the outside. He had the inside start, but he's keeping the power down on the outside. And Tristan, who's now moved ahead of Trent, is electing to use the inside. So Javier's going to keep his spot in first. Trent, who had the advantage on the start, is now going to lose his position to his brother Tristan, but they're still really close. I need my watch to charge. It's worked though. I used it over there yesterday, so my watch tells me when I need to stand up, when I need to breathe, when I need to relax. My watch tells me how to live, folks. Oh. A better life. Race number 6, we need you to the starting line. What I did yesterday was I unplugged that red or the orange to the black, and then it's just the speaker, and then I'll put it on that center block and be fine. That'd be okay. Yes, indeed. There's Christian Bain on the 405 Motorsports entry. He's making sure he hit the buoy right. He looking back, making sure he did everything he's supposed to do right. Oh, we have another race winner interview. It's Action Jackson Lloyd coming on that 405 Spark. So tell us about the water conditions today compared to yesterday. Race 1 winner, Jackson.
It's not as rough as it was yesterday on my last race. I definitely feel like I did a lot better than I did yesterday, but I came out first again, but...
So tell us what's happened with the Spark versus the EX. I know it's more time on the boat that's really helped you, but tell us what you think the advantage is with the rougher water on the Spark compared to the EX.
The Spark definitely has way better starts than the EX. It's just faster reaction time, and I feel like the EX and Spark do go the same amount of speed. I feel like it's just how your start is, really.
So that's what we were talking about while you were out there. There was not more than one buoy difference between all of you from first to fourth place. So a missed buoy or a spin out or a fall, you would be losing not one but 3 positions, which is what we like to see racing. So is there anyone you want to thank, or anybody at home maybe watching that you can say thank you for watching?
I want to thank you, my grandma and grandpa, because I know they're probably watching right now. And I also want to thank Rob Crow, the course marshal out there, for letting me use his Spark and have fun on it.
And what sponsors do you have for yourself?
I actually have none right now, except I think I have Bail Bonds and Nautiwater and Jet Tribe. That's about it.
And Mom's permission.
And Mom's permission, yeah.
There you go. She's holding her hands up. That I guess right. That's the most important sponsor is Mom's permission. So that's Action Jackson Lloyd on the 405. Everybody give him a big round of applause. Moto 1 winner. And he's over here doing business. Race 4 is now posted. You have 30 minutes to object your position for Race 4. We're going to close Race 1, and we'll give 5 minutes for Race 2 and 3. Race number 6. Race number 6, we have white flag conditions. We need you on the line. Race number 6. Joey Malden, Hendrick Smith. We do not see you, but we wish we did. I don't know if Joey's racing today. He might race the Blaster today because he raced the HX yesterday. I don't see it. I see his trailer. Joey's not racing at all today? Really? Well, I would have raced for him. Well, that's all right. He didn't say anything, so. Huh. Well, that's, all right. We'll live with it. We had good racing action in Sport Spec yesterday. Joey Malden knew to Sport Spec. He's been a Sport Open veteran for years and decided, because he's usually the only Sport Open boat showing up. Oh, there's Hendricks. I see him. He's out there talking to his dad. So Joey usually the only Sport Open boat showing up and doesn't like not racing. Joey's a racer, so he acquired a HX from Curtis and Joel Smith and rebuilt it and is stepped down to the Sport Spec class, which is a little bit more his speed as far as racing competition. If you have a Sport Spec boat, for instance, local Ricky Hinch has a fleet of Sport Spec boats, and you're wanting to get back into racing, we encourage you to come back. We've got good class racers like Hendrick Smith there on the 37, Joey Malden on the 69, Skinny Moore on her 111 HX, and Sean Whitaker, he's going to come on his Blaster. And we've got availability for Sports Spec. I know I've got 3 or 4 boats at home that I could bring. I've actually got a 4-place trailer. I could bring every one of Sport Bets I got. We can have a race. Every class needs to look like the vintage class, in my opinion, where there's just 15 skis on the water. Maybe only 6 of them run, but at least there's a bunch of them here. That's right. Race number 6. We're going to introduce you to him now. On the 37 for Deplorable Racing, Smith Optics, Diesel Tech, Austin Jet Skier, Watercross of Texas. It's the Bull Rider Hendricks Smith. We're scratching Sean Whitaker from yesterday and Joey Malden. So it looks like we're only going to have 2. We're going to have 1 in Sport Spec and 1 in Sport Open. Never looked at the Blaster yesterday, the 13 Blaster, but we're assuming he's got a 760 or a big pump in it, so he's not legal for the spec class. He's got to run an open. It could have a triple in it. If he does, he's still running a stock exhaust. He's not letting us know by sound that he's running an open ski. Bumpus, we're missing Charlie today, too. Again? No kidding. Hey, I got an HX, buddy. Hey, 2 motors, too. Anybody wanting to race Sports Spec, definitely have that platform for you. JD 232. The lights are green. I know Hendricks was telling me that he wanted to race up today, so he wanted to start in the back and let everybody go and see how many positions he could race up. Didn't necessarily care for the overall win today. Cleared that up yesterday. So he said he wanted to get some passing experience. So it looks like that's what he's doing. The Blaster there is faster than him. So he wants to ride behind it in the wake and the jet wash and get the ski dialed in to how it rides in unclear conditions. The blaster has a little bit of a bobble there on the red. Hendricks sees it. So he's just going to ride behind him and see what's going on. Race number 7. The starting line is yours. Race 8 to the ready. We will not be taking a break. We will move from race 11 straight through to race 1. Charles is in 7. So Charlie, I see him on the beach there. If you don't know Charles Ginchard, he's walking to the 24 ski as we speak. That beautiful red bullet. He has a curly mullet. Mullet with a bullet. Charles is Cajun from Louisiana, so there's another term for that we can't say on the air. But they love that curly dark hair, much like Bobby Boucher from the Waterboy. And bunch of different ways to style curly hair. And Charles going with the mullet this year. Yeah, Brian Snyder's also. Race 7 is a good race. So that's your GP, Vetski, Open. And we need him to the line a little faster. So with only 2, we're not going to have that many laps. So get out there, get some heat in your GP1s and your bullets and all the fancy stuff that we're all jealous of that you have. Yeah, and so we call the 37 out there the crawling banana. The Sea-Doo is yellow, most of it's yellow, and it doesn't go very fast. It's fast in the sport spec class, but it really only goes about 50 miles an hour, which isn't that fast for jet skis anymore. So we call that the crawling banana. And my buddy Tim Miller has a Commander GP1 that's also yellow, and we call that the screaming banana. But I did get to go to, now here's Hendrick Smith going to the inside line, making a pass for the lead. He's the only boat out there in his class. So he's racing for points. Sport Spec is a national points class. So Hendrick's out there getting a first place from yesterday and today, and will race out in Lake Havasu later this year and race all of the Texas series and probably some of the Kansas series. Race 5 is now posted, 30 minutes for race 5. We're going to close race 1, 2, and 3. So if you have not looked at your results for Moto 1, 2, or 3, you must forever hold your peace. Hey, buddy, you coming to see me? Yeah? You want a Le Mans start this time? No? You want a Le Mans start next time? Yeah, you're good. No, they switched you for today. Yeah. Isn't that a great looking ski? Yeah, it is. Huh? What numbers? 322? Well, there's 3 of y'all. No? There's not 3 of us? 32 is Shaq. 322 is your dad's birthday. That's pretty cool. All right, I can dig that. You know what I like about that number the most? If you just move the 2 and 3, it would be my number, 232. Yeah. Yeah, Hendrick's turning up the heat on the HX. Can tell you that ski doesn't actually start that well. When it's cold, it's sluggish. And usually about the 3rd lap, it really, really comes on. And it feels like a rocket through about the middle of the race to the end. And with these smoother water conditions, the blaster, usually about halfway through the race, it's because it bounces so much and you have to stand on it that you start losing your endurance. The HX, you sit on it the whole time. So the end of the race isn't quite as hard on an HX rider as it is a blaster. You're not bouncing quite as much. You sit much lower on it. Your center of gravity is lower. So it's very, very similar to what you call a crotch rocket motorcycle. It's longer than the Wave Blaster, so it cuts through the water a lot different. Of course, I am not an HX endorser. That is my jet ski out there, yes. But I am a blaster connoisseur. I have way more Wave Blasters than I do HXs. I got the HX to see what the difference between the two was, more or less an experiment. I'm very, very invested in the sports spec class. I believe in a class that Scotty McKenna put together to be even and encourage racing rather than spending money and running away from everybody. So that's what the sports spec class endures. Is it's not a wallet class. It's designed to be fair. It's designed to be affordable. And for whatever reason, the least amount of money I've spent on a ski right there on that 37 has been our most successful race ski in all of our career. It's won national tour race podiums. It's won regional championships. It's won multitudes of motos, and it's the least amount of money we've spent overall. I want to thank Dale's Jet Sports for the R&D on that ski, and Tim Miller and Kenny Sims, the gurus of the sport, all putting their heads together for that ski to help with the sports spec effort. And it shows the way Hendricks rides it, and it showed the way Tim Miller rode it. Here's Charles Ginchard on that 24 coming up to the line. Beautiful blaster out there on the water. That's Todd Carlson out of Sanda, Texas. I want to say Sandra, but it's Sandia probably. I would guess that's West Texas. It could be an 1100 in that ski now that I hear it a little bit better. He's out there having fun, dragging that leg. We're going to introduce race 7 to you right now on the 12 out of Spicewood, Texas. He is the Austin jet skier. That's Mike Myhills. And on the 24 out of Mandeville, Louisiana, on the Bullet, that is Charles Ginchard. On the 101 out of Galveston, Texas, riding for Spectrum Performance, that is Michael Honstein. And on the 410 out of Sulphur Springs, Texas, on the Fast Power Sports Elite Fireplace and Stove, that's Brian Snyder. Thank you, sir, very much. And on the 11, that's that black with the white numbers. Out of Lavernia, Texas, it's Mason Katara. And our Moto 1 and 2 winner overall yesterday on the black SXR out of Houston, Texas, that is Adrian Fisk. And on the 07 out of Grove, Texas, that's that beautiful black and green SXR, that's Robert Dunlap. Race 7. If Charles is on the line, who's filming? Oh, Mrs. Snyder's up there manning the cameras, and then Adrian's out there, so we don't have any photography going on. Yeah, race direct. Yeah, we got 3 staff out there. So I tell you what, let's do a big favor for the guys that are out there. If you have a camera, if you would please take pictures of 410, 24, and 35. They're the gentlemen that takes pictures of you. So if you would return that favor and take some pictures of them, I guarantee you they'd be very appreciative. I'd do it if I had my camera here. I got the battery for my camera in my pocket, so maybe I can run and go do it. Yellow light is up. 2 card is up. Justin Smith, flag in hand. You're ready, you're ready, you're ready, you're ready, you're ready. No holds. 2 goes to 1. Yellow goes to green. I see the light, and they're racing. Come on, Charles. Charles had a bad start there. I don't know if his ski bobbled or it didn't start. Oh, he didn't have a hold. Okay, so he elected. So what we're going to see here, Charles not racing yesterday, and I believe this is his first race of the year. I don't think he raced in orange. So I believe this is his first time on the ski this year, going out there and using this moto for practice. But I guarantee you where he started isn't how he finishes. Him and Brian Snyder are a great race pair. They're about the same speed. Mike Myhill's there, who's going to take our whole shot, the Austin jet skier. This is his first year on the Commander. Adrian Fisk and Robert Smith on those stock SXRs now right behind him. Water conditions way favorable for the Commanders today compared to yesterday. We're going to see a different race out of the Commander today. There's Trent Cornett on the 322. Trent Cornett is on a GP1, but that is not a 1500 in that ski. That's only a TR1 Yamaha engine. So way down on horsepower, much like the EX and the RXP. Trent is a junior, much like Tristan, and they're allowed to race this class. There's a GP class for the juniors when they get up to 13, 15. And they would be able to move away from the Superjet, the two-stroke Superjet, and just race the four-stroke Superjet and the GP1, much like we're seeing Devin Farthing do in the Pro class. So stock ski four-stroke Superjet national class and ski GP a national class. We're going to see the Hebert boys and the Cornet boys racing in that class, and we're going to see the Farthing boys and most likely the McCluggage boys eventually racing in that class. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I know. He's in the West Coast, and I don't follow them as much, but you're right. Nicholas Rios has a son. That's hot. And then Ty Smith also. Ty Smith is tough. Ty Smith is tough. So the American age of racing right now, honestly, is on the cusp. I mean, literally just miles an hour away from the days of Jacobs, Fischetti, Sheldon, and Gocher. The names now are going to be Smith, Farthing, Hebert, Cornet. But that right there, they're all even. And what Tristan's here telling me is, Smith ain't nothing. I beat him before he's right. He has. So everybody has good days and bad days. But the West Coast racers, the Third Coast racers, the Midwest racers, the Florida racers are all on the same equipment. They all race each other 3 or 4 times a year. They're not intimidated by the foreign riders from Saudi Arabia or Europe. The heyday of jet ski racing is almost upon us, folks. And not seeing it on ESPN doesn't matter. We have live streaming available, so the racing content is on the internet. We usually get around 1,000 hits on these events online, so it's not that there's 1,000 people here watching it. That we've got hundreds of people here. I'm not going to say we don't, but there's thousands of people watching it online, and that helps companies like Commander. That their jet skis are out there right now. Companies like Go Fast, their jet skis are out there right now. And they're watching this content. And they're seeing that Mike Myhills, one of their customers, is out front. And they've got notes on Mike. And they'll keep track of Mike. And they'll help Mike get faster. Katara there, same thing. Somebody is watching him race and how he races. And they're taking that down. They know Mason's weight. They know Mason's horsepower. They will work. Brian Snyder, they know him as a customer. They know his weight. They know his riding style. They're watching this in their lab, and they're making these skis faster. So we've got a race for the lead now. I believe we're on lap 3. Mike Myhill's your leader on the GP1, followed by Adrian Fisk. Adrian taking advantage of the rough water yesterday. He admitted it to me last night that the rough water played to his advantage. He's out there now. They're racing for the lead. Backstretch, lead change. Adrian Fisk. He makes the pass going into the splits. He's going to take the inside lane. Mike Myhills to follow him now. Mike telling me, yes, I am going to race behind him to see what he's doing on that SXR to help stay with him. I don't want him to run away from me like he did yesterday. Water conditions yesterday, really, it was everybody against the lake. Today, it's actual racing. So Adrian Fisk passing for the lead on the inside split on that Kawasaki SXR number 35. He rides for Elite Optics and 4F Photography. He's in the lead on the white flag. There comes Mike Myhills, your Austin jet skier. Yes, so Adrian's got a tether on his goggles that when he ditches them, they're actually on a tether to dangle behind him. That's not his wetsuit cleavers or his overall cleavers. That is actually his goggles. Third place now, Mason Katera, much better showing than yesterday. Roberts Dunlap there in fourth. Trent Cornett racing up to him. And then we got Brian Snyder, your course, what is he? Is he course master this weekend? Race director. He's our race director out there on the 410. I knew I was going to get it. Race number 8, thank you for showing up on the line. I look like Greg Swill there on the 413 and Pablo Pagan, our race of the day winner yesterday. We'll need some holders for this next Runabout race. Hendricks is out there. He's going to hold. Thank you, Mark and Mike for bringing me a charger and some water. I need it. There's Charles Ginchard coming around on that hot red bullet. I want to call it a hot tamale, but he'd say it's cayenne or something Cajun. What's that? The Tylene kid. Okay. Ask for holders and they shall come, and they're beautiful in their wetsuits. I'm talking about Jackson. He knows he's beautiful. Look at that hair, Ashley. Look at Jackson's hair. Look at blow in the wind. Aw. Blondes have more fun. You know they do. Uh-huh. There you go. Guess who I'm going to go see next month? William Clark Green. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Ashley and Bailey, avid Texas country fans. They're going to go out there and hold Greg. Oh, no, I bet Bailey's going to hold Pablo because she's riding his ski. Checkered flag conditions for race 7. We're going to watch Charles come around on that bullet. Usually a little bit more GP1s out there. We're missing 2 or 3 guys this weekend for other things. But I got to say that class is usually the best sounding class for all the modified water boxes and the engines. But sound-wise, pretty tough to top the 550 class this weekend. Here he comes. That is your live stream director, our show director, Charles Ginchard. Race number 8, we're going to introduce you to him right now. Race of the day candidate winner yesterday. This was our race of the day yesterday, folks, and they're going to put on a show for us again today. What is that? Oh, the $1.3 billion on the lottery? Absolutely. Oh, they won it last night. One person. Cool. So with the taxes they pay on that, they actually do become a billionaire. If they take the annuity option to have it all paid out in the 30 years or whatever it is, they are qualified as a billionaire. They end up on the DuPont list as a billionaire. Pretty cool. Yeah. Watch Shark Tank. We need one holder still? Sean Carlson's going to be Superman. Or do you like Batman? Right hand for Batman, left hand for Superman. He says no man. We are going to introduce you to the race of the day candidate or race of the day winner from yesterday. Runabout amateur stock, Runabout pro-am stock. On the 787, race of the day candidate winner yesterday out of Converse, Texas. That is Pablo Pagan. On the 413 out of Lakeway, Texas. That's Greg Swill. On the 130 out of Dripping Springs, Texas, Easy E-Racing Productions, that's Lewis Weiler. And on the big black and green ski, on the 72, Garland, Texas' own, Dale's Jet Sports, that's Sean Whitaker. Race 9, X2 everything. The starting line is about to be yours. Yellow light up, everybody across is good. I see the light, it's green. So doesn't look like Pablo is going to let everybody go on this one. He is like a bullet off the line. Inside start, Pablo Pagan. Outside, though, Lewis Weiler on the GP. Whoa! Wait a minute! Pablo Pagan having issues on the inside split. Here comes Lewis Weiler on the outside. Smooth water today for Weiler. Watch this, folks. Easy E Racing Productions with the whole shot. 130 to the lead. Pablo Pagan in second. Lewis was pitted next to where I was announcing from yesterday, and he said, well, I was in the race of the day candidate too. He goes, but let me show you a little something this morning. Yamaha GP versus Yamaha. Sea-Doo in the 3rd spot. Kawasaki in the 4th. Now, yesterday the conditions were really favorable to the Kawasaki. It was the most impressive out of all the group yesterday. Usually the Ultra boats are right where you see them now. The smooth water conditions are not as friendly to them. The rough water is where they love it. The Sea-Doo is about mixed bag. It loves the mixed, like the big chop. It was hurting, but it was still performing well. Greg told me that his trim was actually in the wrong position yesterday. That was on him. But the GPs there, the Yamahas, were honestly having a hard time in the conditions. It was taking a lot more of the rider effort for them to perform. But today, in the fair weather, smooth water conditions, you see they are where they usually are, right out front. Wonder if any of them have liquid moly in their motors. I bet some of them do. Race 9. Look at that. Sea-Doo go. He's on the outside now. This is about what you want Runabout Racing, honestly, to be right here. Just like in the Rex Glites class, yes, these skis are a little bit more stretched out, but they're going 80 miles an hour, folks. So if there's one bobble, if there's one miss, the person in second place, even though you see the gap being bigger, they make it up a lot faster. So as Pablo Pagan and Lewis Weiler are going out to the outside of the horseshoe there, they're going to pour on the power. This is every bit of 80 plus. Right here, that right now, they're going out past this onto the backstretch. They're going 80 plus into the splits. And there are no brakes on jet skis, folks. They don't install them with brakes. You got to put them yourself. Oh, Pablo hitting a buoy there, but it luckily bounced to the right spot. These are big buoys. I don't know what the number of them is, but these are the largest buoys you can purchase. And I know from riding a sport boat or a stand-up boat, if you hit one of these buoys, they hit back. But when you hit one with the Runabout, it's like punching a little speed bag. It just bounces all over the place. Pablo now, knowing he's running out of time, so he's crouched down on the ski, and he's going to start to reel in Lewis. I know what he's doing. He's playing patient, thinking, okay, I don't ride with this guy that much. He may make a mistake. Something may happen. He was being patient, but now he sees that Lewis isn't going to budge. He's going to have to move up to him and put on some pressure. He's going to have to use the splits. Riding on the outside's not going to do it. So 3 laps, nothing's changed. Pablo's going to start making some changes to his game and see if he can shake up Lewis Weiler there in the lead. Great racing again from the Runabout class. Charles, how you doing? You back on your spot, bud? Let us know. I want to remind you that we've got concessions open over here, Big Daddy's Grill, with Frito pie, jambalaya, hamburgers, snacks, drinks. We got the snow cone, snowball. Oh, here comes Pablo Pagan. Here comes Pablo Pagan for the lead. And he goes around on the outside, washes Weiler out. 2 laps left. As I told you, Pablo sits back and waits, see what Lewis is going to do. And as he's watching him, he sees where he's faster and doesn't need to take an effort, but sees maybe where he checks up a little bit slower and has an opportunity to pass. And that's exactly what he did. Pablo Pagan, your new leader. And as I said, he was 3-4 buoys behind at one point in the course, catches up to where he's 2 boobies, uses the splits, makes the pass on the outside. Now, I'm sure Lewis didn't appreciate that spray down, but that's how you do it. So we're going to have the white flag this time by. 1 lap left to go. No lappers in this race. Everybody is on the lead lap. Now, Pablo is going to go to the, okay, they're both electing to go to the outside. So Pablo now stretching out his lead. He knows that 2 buoys aren't enough, so he's going to try to make it to 3 with 1 lap here to go. So I see what he's doing. He wasn't riding that far forward on the boat. He was not riding crouched right underneath the handlebars of the boat. He was riding back more patient in the first part of the race, basically getting his bearings and seeing what he needed to do. And as he needed to ride more aggressive, he moved up forward on the seat, and he's going more aggressive than turns and about the same speed in the straightaways. So he's basically changed his game up to be more aggressive in the turns to make up time, and he's kept that on. He's kept doing that same strategy to where he's now 3 buoys ahead of Lewis. So great strategy. Where's my phone? There it is. What's going on in your world? It sure is lonely in mine. Any moto winners that want to come up and interview and say thank you or talk about your race, we welcome you. I'm actually in the left-hand bleacher tent today. I'm not in the tent I was in yesterday. We moved it closer to the line so I could see Justin's hand signals and have a little bit better race action from the splits. There's Pablo Pagan going across the tower. He knows to race all the way to the whites. Lewis Weiler on that Easy E Racing Productions. It ain't easy being easy. Great racing from these runabout riders. Great racing. Oh, Sean coming across for third. Close race there for third. They're racing all the way to the white, so it's not over yet. Sean checks up because he knows he could miss that buoy right there. Race all the way to the blues.
Guys, and I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My name is Karis Webster, and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's the perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
That is Ty Katera on the 21 out of Orange, Texas, riding for the Good Times Mafia, GC Mechanics, and JD 232 Racing and Salvage. It is Ralph Henning on the 96 out of Corpus Christi, Texas. That's Ryan Carlson. Sean's up here with me actually right now. You're not holding? Don't need one, huh? All right, on the 720, that's the bright yellow and purple ski. Looks like LSU. Out of Houston, Texas, riding for the Good Times Mafia, it's Evan Wadehofer with no holder. Why does he do that? 2-minute hold, 2-minute hold. Evan, get a holder. And on the second page, that's X2 Open on the 201 out of Austin. The 427 of Joshua Bro. This is what's great about vintage racing, folks. Everyone is going to go over to Evan and look and see what's going on with his boat, trying to help him to get it started and get him out on the course. Oh, I see what they did. They only shortened up to 10 rounds today. That's okay. Off a race. No pit crews in jet ski racing. It's just a bunch of good people looking at a good time. Oh, look at all that water coming out of that.
Webster, founder of Commander Industries. Just want to go over what comes with your Commander GP1 hull kit. The hulls will come to you with your nose and wings already mounted on your ski, all your hardware with your bushings and everything all put in place. Your handle pole bracket will already be drilled for installing it. Your hood has its vents put in. It has the hood seals are already installed. It's basically aligned and ready to go. Your rear sponsons are installed and sealed in place. All of the holes are drilled and tapped for your ride plate, your intake grate. All your fittings are put in place as far as your pump shoe, your pump plate, your water lines, steering cable bracket. All that's already pre-done for you, so you don't have to do any of those things once you receive it. Your bulkhead bearing carrier is drilled, tapped, and positioned and aligned for drive shaft alignment. You have your fittings for your steering cable. One of the cables is for steering, one of the holes is for steering cable, the other one is for your, if you utilize a drop nozzle, 2.5 inch stainless steel exhaust that goes all the way through with a sealed on the end with a billet aluminum bezel. Because we've already drilled, tapped, aligned all your engine driveline components, then you have to just transfer everything out of your SXR and into the new hull. Everything that you need will come with the boat as far as being able to attach your motor to your driveline, for your steering cable, your couplers, ride plate, intake grate, that's all done. All your hardware for your pump is already included, and the rest of it is just used off of your SXR. So at Commander, we have two different options. You can get your pre-prepped hull packet, or you can do a complete turnkey boat where we supply you with everything you're going to need, including a new SXR.
Jet ski shoes, water shoes, tough bill to swallow because a lot of thread doesn't survive well in the water, and like Josh Bro there, he's jumping and bouncing around, so a lot of force out in the water. Water shoes usually come apart real easily. 7 and 8 have been posted, so we're going to close 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to leave 5 minutes on race 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, you now have 30 minutes. This is race 9. And we're only going to go to race 10 today. So no break after race 10. We're going to go back to, they told Evan he can't put his knee over. I don't know why everybody else is. Evan getting a great start there. So again, we talk about that two-stroke oil smell, the 750, the 750s and the 650s, different from the 550s, a little bit more oil in these. So you smell that Maxima and the Liquid Molly and the Klotz Racing products. Looks like Ralph Henning is on that inside start, doing well, but Ty Katera on the outside. The progress he's making, that 800 power, going to earn that ever-coveted hole shot. Evan actually doing really well on that outside start. He's got a 650 in his ski. Here comes Ralph Henning. Ralph Henning actually ends up with the hole shot. We got a rider down on the outside. No, he made it up. Everybody's up. There's Mark Rosado coming out in front of Evan. Josh Bro in front of Mark. There's Mr. Carlson. He's got that bright Kawasaki wetsuit on. Black wetsuit with the mean green on the side. That's a vintage wetsuit. So this is his first time to race the X2. He what other ski does he ride? 5. So this is his first time ever. Great. So he's got a bunch of buddies and family that race jet skis, and he, tried the 550 probably. Tried the nothing. Okay, so he's living the dream. He found a vintage ski on Facebook, went and bought it, put some time and money into it. Now he's out here racing it. So, but he's looking good. It's a bright green jet ski, bright green helmet. That's what we like to see. He's wearing a vintage wetsuit, making the look his own. We encourage Jet Tribe and all the nice new stuff, but we love seeing the old stuff still look good and brings you back. Vintage racing, very popular in motocross and antique bikes, of course, old cars, but vintage racing still popular in jet skis. You don't find these parts new from a store or Amazon. You have to find them on eBay. You have to find them on Craigslist or Barn Finds. Here comes Ty. Ty and Mason both electing to go with the wetsuits today. Actually, you know what? No, that's Hendrick Smith on that ski. That's Hendrick Smith on that ski. So Ty electing to go just with the Superjet today. That's probably why we saw a little bit better effort on the Superjet in the Moto number 1. That's Hendricks out there on the X2. There's Mark Rosado holding down third. He's making that ski as wide as he can for Josh to not get around him that easily. I don't know what he's doing there. He missed a buoy there. Picked up an extra buoy he shouldn't have. So now he's going to come around the right, and he's going to pick that buoy up again. There's Evan. Had a good conversation with Evan last night about dirt track racing and Gene's crew and the future of our sport. Mr. Carlson there on that 96. He's first race ever, is holding down 7th place. Good for him. Race 10, 4-stroke, Superjet, everything. Cornett brothers, Lloyd brother, Mike Myhills. We're not going to take a break after race 10. I'm going to have to take a quick pause for the cause here in a moment. Okay, so official rules have changed. We're going to take a 20-minute break, so I'm going to stay with you until the end of that race, and I'll go take care of what I need to do. And I'm looking forward to some Frito pie, to be honest with you. No 11 today. No 11. Yeah, we combined everybody that needed to be in other races. So, yeah, cool. So we're going to break for 20 minutes and let the wind blow. I said this not on the mic yesterday, but I was told it was okay to say it. Forrest Gump says, I can run like the wind blows. Well, he's running hard today. People don't like hearing about Forrest Gump in Louisiana because he's from Alabama. Perfect. 20-minute break after race 10, and we'll start back with race 1. Any race 1 winners that want to come up and talk on the mic? We've heard from Jackson Lloyd. We've heard from Robert Dunlap. Thank you for coming and speaking with us. Pablo Pagan. Also, just a winner here, Adrian Fisk, which I know he's busy. What are you coming up here for? There is no race 11 on the sheet that I have. What was race 11 yesterday? I thought it was 4-stroke Superjet. Was there 2 strokes in it too? No, I didn't think so. So no, everything I've got today is race 10, which is all the 4-stroke Superjets. Then we'll start back with race 1. But we weren't going to have a break. Now we're going to have a break. So you're not going to be up for race 1 for about 35, 40 minutes. I'm going to go. So race 1, what Jaden's up here, what Ryland's up here asking me is, yes, we will take a break. They're in race 1. We will call race 1. We're not going to race without you guys. There goes Ralph Henning. Now, he's wearing a wetsuit today. It's not necessarily the water that's that cold out there. The water's actually pretty warm. It's the wind blowing that's so cold. Checkered flag.
When I'm looking for high quality performance oil, Luca Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
And 10.
Guys, and I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My name is Karis Webster, and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's a perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
Wish I could be a novice still. I miss novice. I was a champion at novice, but expert and amateur, only one. Multiple novice championships for me, only one amateur championship. When you move up to the expert level, it's a lot difficult to win. Timmy. Love Trent. Only get to see him at the races, or what his dad posts about him. Yeah. Wind has definitely picked up a 10-mile-an-hour curve since the first races. But that's all right. They remember what it was like to race yesterday. It'll be like that again today. Muscle memory is a real thing. So this will be our last moto of the first half. This is race number 10, 4-stroke Superjet everything. We're going to introduce you to these riders now. That's Jackson Lloyd that we're used to seeing on the 405 Spark. He's on that 141 Reese Geis Superjet now. Came back from the West Coast to be a mid-America ski. That's what we like saying is mid-America instead of third coast. On the that's X2. On the 5, out of Spicewood, Texas, he's the Austin jet skier. That is Mike My Hills. On the 198, out of Lavernia, Texas, that's Mason Katara. On the 41, out of Wichita, Kansas, riding for Big Fish Bail Bonds, Nautiwater Racing, Dad, and Smith Racing, it's Tristan Hebert. On the 106, out of Quinlan, Texas, riding for Bentley Plumbing, that's Javier Falcone. And on the 141, we just talked about him pulling up, out of Wichita, Kansas, it's Jackson Lloyd, Mr. Action. So this will be the last race of the first half, and we will take a short break, 20 minutes. And we'll get our course marshals in and give them a good break and some water. Hey, Miss JJ, what are you doing with that pacifier? You need gum? I don't think you should have gum. It ended up in your hair. And we don't want that. Yeah, you want to chew it, fine. It ends up in your hair, that's a problem. Where's, wait a minute, the green light didn't go. Premature acceleration. Yep, they're going to make him hold his helmet on his head. His helmet's already on his head, but premature acceleration from Mike Myhill, so he'll have to pull his lanyard and hold it up to his helmet. We call it a dead engine start. Premature acceleration, jumping the gun, or going before the light, I guess is the next term. So Justin's going to ask everybody if they're fine. 2's going to go to 1. They're going to say okay, and the light goes green. Mike there is going to put his lanyard in and get everything started. As you can see, it's not easy. Gives you a big disadvantage, but he's going to try to race up. Let's see. That's Javier out front. No surprise. No, actually it's not. Javier's in second, so that's Mason Katara with the jump off the line. Javier's on the outside. Javier Falcone on that outside split. Mason Katara on the inside split. Both go around the buoys, but who ends up with the whole shot? Outside looking like it's got a good advantage, but no. Shorter line, Mason Katera with the hole shot, followed by Javier Falcone. Dead engine start, third place, Mike Myhills, followed by Tristan Hebert. And then Jackson Lloyd on the 141. Again, this is a racy class. These are all four-stroke Superjets tuned to the same specifications. There's different handling products from different manufacturers on them, but you will not see these guys run away from each other. Javier Falcone, very fast. Will be racing for the lead with Mason Katara before this one was over with. Mike Myhills most likely will also race up to Mason, so we'll see lead change and second place possibility change. Tristan Hebert there alone in fourth, looking to race up for Mike Myhills, probably end up somewhere in the mix with Mason before this is over. So much like motocross and supercross, where you start isn't necessarily where you finish. Some people elect to start slower and have more endurance and race up through the crowd as everything goes on the laps lower. Consistency pays. You'll see Terry Hebert walking around with a stopwatch. And usually these course designs for the runabouts are for them to be around a minute. They want the laps to run around a minute. And for the skis, they want them to run around a minute 15 to a minute and 30. And then the Division skis, they try to keep them under 2 minutes a lap. What are we looking at here? Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. Terry does it all. Big or small, we release them all, says Terry Hebert. Now, Javier using the inside split, much like Mason did on the start. Lead change there, Javier Falcone. They are in different classes. Oh, Mason Katera, what a comeback. Mason Katera down all the way to his shoulders, gets the ski underneath him, comes back up to maintain second place. Mike Myhill saw it and was licking his chops like, all right, second place, here I come. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mason Katera recovers. Javier Falcone pouring on the speed on the horseshoe. Javier is still a junior rider. Now Katera goes down, picks it back up. Myhill sees it. All right. Thank you, Trent. 9 has been posted. We'll close 4, 5, and 6. And 7, 8, and 9, you have the remainder of 30 minutes. Thank you, Trent. There's Wild Bill. He's looking for some lunch. Yeah, he's got his Jet Tribe tour coat on to keep him nice and warm. Polar Bear-esque. Got on his Jet Tribe water shoes. So again, after this race, we will take a 20-minute pause. Encourage your folks at home, share the live stream while you have a break to tell your folks to tune in to the second half motos. The second motos of the day will determine our overall winner. So if you finish second in your first moto and you finish first in your second moto, that can overturn the odds and make you a winner. If you finish first in your first moto and finish first in your second moto, you are uncontested and you are a winner. Want to thank the City of Lake Charles for hosting this event for us today and hopefully many more. Eric Zarder. Had a chance to communicate with him a little bit last night, tell him where I ate and what memories I shared. When I come over to Lake Charles, I always let him know I'm here and contributing to his retirement. Eric, a great ambassador for the city. Got to meet the mayor, Nick Hunter, yesterday, and actually made my day. I'm a very big fan of Nick Hunter for how he spoke on the news about the area needing help during the storms. So Tristan Hebert now is up to Mike Myhills. Mason having a little bit of problem on the splits. So Mike Myhills getting around Mason Katera. And now Tristan Hebert riding behind Mike Myhills. So we've got Javier Falcone in the lead. We've got Mike Myhills taking the inside split like like Javier's doing. Oh, Tristan goes down. We got a rider down on the outside. Tristan, a big separation from his ski. You can see his helmet in the water. The hand pole is up, so Mason Katara going around Tristan. That looks like Courtney out there to pick up Tristan. Now we'll see a good example. Tristan puts up his right hand so Courtney can extend his left hand and carry him over to the backboard. He's going to carry him over to his ski without using a lot of effort. Tristan now is going to get next to his ski, and Courtney's going to throw up a yellow flag as racers come around to avoid him. Tristan's going to get back up on his ski, but here's the hard part. His hand pole is way up there. So he's got to reach high to get it, then get his lanyard in and get started and get back underway. That's one of the hardest mounts to get back on in jet skiing when the hand pole's stuck up like that. Because there's a spring on it, and it doesn't just fall down on its own. You've got to force it down. Good job by Tristan, though, and the course marshals getting him back underway on the lead lap. Usually a fall like that, you lose a lap. And I feel bad for my buddy Tristan. All that racing up, he raced from last all the way, second to last all the way up to third. But that one fall puts him all the way back where he started. That's what it goes in jet skiing, folks. You fall, it's just a big, huge makeup. And then, interesting fact, when you fall in jet skiing in a race and you have to swim back to your ski and get up, that actually takes the same amount of energy as it does to ride one lap. So when you do that and you get back up and you ride, it's basically like riding an extra lap as far as effort. People are like, man, that can't be true. No, it's a proven fact. As much effort as you put back on yourself to get to your ski, get back on it, it is the same amount of energy as one lap. So we got another rider down on the outside split. Looks like it's Jackson Lloyd. So Mason goes around him to put him a lap down. Mike now doing better, racing up to Javier. They're a buoy apart, so great job on Mike Myhills. That riding that GP1 definitely makes him faster on the Superjet. And as we conclude our racing first half and take a break, we want to thank our event sponsor, Ride Now Power Sports, Liquid Molly, and Nautiwater Racing. We're going to get Justin off the Tower of Power, and he will remove his cowboy hat to eat his lunch. We'll probably have a brief meeting amongst the staff, and we'll get back underway. So, further ado, I'm going to pause, and we'll put a timer on it for 20 minutes, and we will resume with race one. So, race one, two-stroke Superjet, you are going to be up in about 20 minutes. So we will see you when we see you.
Looking for high quality performance oil, Luca Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My favorite thing about the new GP1 is how easy it was to set up. We just threw an engine in, threw a pump in, and we're winning races.
My favorite thing about the new GP1 is how it's made in America and how much stronger they are.
Webster, founder of Commander Industries. Just want to go over what comes with your Commander GP1 haul kit. The hulls will come to you with your nose and wings already mounted on your ski, all your hardware with your bushings and everything all put in place. Your handle pole bracket will already be drilled for installing it. Your hood has its vents put in. It has the hood seals are already installed. It's basically aligned and ready to go. Your rear sponsons are installed and sealed in place. All of the holes are drilled and tapped for your ride plate, your intake grate. All your fittings are put in place as far as your pump shoe, your pump plate, your water lines, steering cable bracket. All that's already pre-done for you, so you don't have to do any of those things once you receive it. Your bulkhead bearing carrier is drilled, tapped, and positioned and aligned for drive shaft alignment. You have your fittings for your steering cable. One of the cables is for steering. One of the holes is for steering cable. The other one is for your, if you utilize a drop nozzle, 2.5-inch stainless steel exhaust that goes all the way through with a sealed on the end with a billet aluminum bezel. Because we've already drilled, tapped, aligned all your engine driveline components, then you have to just transfer everything out of your SXR and into the new hull. Everything that you need will come with the boat, as far as being able to attach your motor to your driveline, for your steering cable, your couplers, ride plate, intake grate, that's all done. All your hardware for your pump is already included, and the rest of it is just used off of your SXR. So at Commander, we have two different options. You can get your pre-prepped haul packet, or you can do a complete turnkey boat where we supply you with everything you're going to need, including a new SXR, or if you have an existing SXR, you can send it to us, and we can use that as a donor for the build. So if you choose to go with a turnkey package from us, then what you'll receive when the boat's completed is a complete, ready to go to the starting line boat. With either choice, you have the ability to choose your colors of everything that you want on the boat. You choose your top deck color, your bottom deck color, choose your graphic kit colors, you choose your matte colors. You can utilize the commandergp1.com design studio, and it allows you to go through and try all kinds of different color combinations, not only on the hull, but also on your graphics. Webster, founder of Commander Industries. Just want to go over what comes with your Commander GP1 haul kit. The hulls will come to you with your nose and wings already mounted on your ski, all your hardware with your bushings and everything all put in place. Your handle pole bracket will already be drilled for installing it. Your hood has its vents put in. It has the hood seals are already installed. It's basically aligned and ready to go. Your rear sponsons are installed and sealed in place. All of the holes are drilled and tapped for your ride plate, your intake grate. All your fittings are put in place as far as your pump shoe, your pump plate, your water lines, steering cable bracket. All that's already pre-done for you, so you don't have to do any of those things once you receive it. Your bulkhead bearing carrier is drilled, tapped, and positioned and aligned for drive shaft alignment. You have your fittings for your steering cable. One of the holes is for steering cable. The other one is for your, if you utilize a drop nozzle, 2.5-inch stainless steel exhaust that goes all the way through with a sealed on the end with a billet aluminum bezel. Because we've already drilled, tapped, aligned all your engine driveline components, then you have to just transfer everything out of your SXR and into the new hull. Everything that you need will come with the boat as far as being able to attach your motor to your driveline, for your steering cable, for your couplers, ride plate, intake grate, that's all done. All your hardware for your pump is already included, and the rest of it is just used off of your SXR. So at Commander, we have two different options. You can get your pre-prepped haul packet, or you can do a complete turnkey boat where we supply you with everything you're going to need, including a new SXR, or if you have an existing SXR, you can send it to us, and we can use that as a donor for the build. So if you choose to go with a turnkey package from us, then what you'll receive when the boat's completed is a complete ready to go to the starting line boat. With either choice, you have the ability to choose your colors of everything that you want on the boat. You choose your top deck color, your bottom deck color, choose your graphic kit colors, you choose your matte colors. You can utilize the commandergp1.com design studio, and it allows you to go through and try all kinds of different color combinations, not only on the hull but also on your graphics.
Performance Oil, Liquid Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
Guys, and I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My name is Karis Webster and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's the perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
Race number 1, we had a brief interruption there on the start, so we're going to get back, get everybody in the right spot they need to be, and get them stacked up and back out on the line. Sorry about that, folks. I went to get a Frito pie. I've been talking about it long enough, so if you're hungry and you didn't get a chance on that break to eat, Big Daddy's Grill's got jambalaya, Frito pie. There's snow cone stand next to that. And they have soft drinks and cotton candy and water. So if you're out of water, don't worry. We got some up there at the concession stand. I'm about to eat this fully loaded Frito pie with jalapenos. If you want to buy it, come up to the announcer's mic. Love the city of Lake Charles. Like I said, used to work over here for 2 or 3 years. A lot of friends in college moved here to go to school, so we come to visit them often. We would frequent the casinos when they first came here, when we turned 21. Sorry. Get him, Mike, get him.
I was just going to put Mike on the mic now while Joey enjoys this wonderful Frito pie I'm looking at right now, and I think when he finishes, I might have to go get one myself next. I can't do spicy, that's the problem. And I do apologize. After an eventful day yesterday, I've kind of lost my voice a little bit, so I'll do the best I can to make it as clear. So looking out there, Moto 1 is well underway. Moto 2 should be coming up next. If you're in race number 2, get on the line now and make Moto 3 to be ready. Race 2 will be beginner runabout and amateur 1100 stock. As we're looking at the course, Tristan making another pass in the middle straight to the back. So we got a good race going on with Tristan and that's Adrian Fisk trying to fight off Tristan there on the back straight right now. Okay, we're going to switch it back over to Joey. Guys, also, give a big round of applause for Joey being out here on the mic all weekend. He's done such a tremendous job. And now he's had his nice fill, good drink of cold water.
Yeah, my throat is now coated.
His throat is now coated, so here he is, once again.
So I have a multitude of bosses out here. Charles Ginchard is my boss when we do the live stream. So I hear him give me some notes over the radio. Sorry about that. Just had a Frito pie with jalapeno. It was beautiful. Coming across start finish right there, that's Ty Katera on the 373. That's a maroon boat. Followed by Adrian Fisk coming on the outside of the splits. Michael is right. Tristan Hebert trying to race up to Adrian. They're in different classes, Tristan being on the 4-stroke. Seth Pettit there on the 66 had some issues in the first moto with a duck bill. They got that fixed, and then something happened in this second start that they got adjusted. Probably a hood latch. Those SXRs are bad about the hoods fitting just in the right position. Here comes Trent on the 27. Race number 2, you're doing well being on the line. We need a holder. We need 2 holders. We need 3 holders. We need 4. Jackson needs 1 holder. Stackhouse needs 2. Flanagan needs 2, and Bailey needs 1. Lewis needs 1. So we need 5. Right now I'm looking at 5 holders to the line. I will take my shoes off and hold the jet ski. I'm not scared. Checkered flag waving for Hendrick Smith on that Smith Racing, Deplorable Racing, Country Power Sports Superjet. That's 1-1 for Hendricks. Followed by Jalen Rosado. And that's a 2 for 2, I believe, for Jaden. Yeah? I think so.
Guys, and I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles.
My name is Karis Webster, and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's the perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
I think he's waiting on Seth to get around him for the finish. Yeah, keep running to the end. Keep going. Oh, we got another rider down on the other part of the backstretch. That looks like that's Rylan. Rylan just getting around those 2 riders and then going down on the end of the horseshoe. There comes Seth. Seth knows to race all the way through to the white checkered buoys. Okay, I see Rylan. He's up there on the backboard. He's going to actually stand up on the backboard and get right. Oh, no, he didn't do a stand transfer. That's okay. He's little. He can pull that off. Uh-oh. Messy fries? Yeah, no. So a lot of restaurants at the fair that we just went to served a thing called messy fries, which was like brisket, barbecue.
When I'm looking for high quality performance oil, Luca Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
Cream cheese icing or strawberry or blueberry or even honey. They had local honey from Austin, believe it or not, on top of the elephant ears, and it was big. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so the big name to fame this year was elephant ears, which is basically a big sopapilla. You could eat it like a taco or a burrito if you wanted to roll it up, or you could square it off and eat it like a quesadilla chip. But yeah, there was a 15, 20-minute line to wait just to order one. Then there was another 30-minute wait to get it. But it was hot and crispy right off it. The honey was melted. It was delicious. It was messy. Everything you want a fair food to be. Yeah. And then again, if you're around this area this time of year, this is a hot time of year for this area because the Houston Rodeo is in the months of February and March with a concert every night. And then if you tune into the Cowboy Channel, you can watch all the rodeo action online. But ton of good food. And then Charles Ginchard from the New Orleans area, plenty of great food there. I'll always brag about gumbo, and Charles is like, you don't know gumbo like I know gumbo, and he's right. He knows gumbo well. I live in Port Neches, Texas, near Beaumont and Houston, so we make attempts at real gumbo, but it's, different. This is race 2. You were race 6.
I know, but they said they were going to move us into something.
They were going to move you into something? Oh, they're going to combine sports spec. Yeah, probably combine sports spec with Ashley and
Jackson?
Most likely. Hold on.
What race is that?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it before?
I think before race 6, yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, no, it might be after. I don't know.
Hold on. You're race 1. We're on race 2. Race 3 is vintage. Race 4 is Runabout Wreck Lights.
Who's in that race?
Ashley, Jackson, Matt, Brianna. There's 4. And then 5 is ski. And then y'all are 6. So go ask her if she's combining 6 with 4. Okay. So will you let Todd know that? Because he's the only other person in your class. Okay, thank you. Those one wheels are weird, y'all. It looks like a hoverboard from Back to the Future, but it's got a go-kart wheel on it. And there's no handlebar. There's no
Check, check, check. 1, 2. Thanks for tuning into the live stream, guys. This is Charles up here operating the camera. Just waiting a minute for this next moto to start, so I figured I'd grab the mic. Might get blown away. I'm going to keep this going as long as I can. But the wind is picking up. Looks like we got a sunk ski here. I didn't notice who that was. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I think you'll notice we picked up some sponsors for the live stream this year. We got Liquid Molly helping out. You've seen their commercial. We got Commander. You've seen their stuff. Hopefully pretty soon I'll have a commercial for y'all from Jet Trim, Anderson Power Sports, maybe Ride Now Power Sports. So definitely appreciate all those guys helping pay for this tech. Basically they're paying for the internet connection out here, because we're running all this basically off of a couple cell phone hotspots to make this happen. But feel free to leave feedback if there's things you think I can improve on. Really, I'd say the main thing that needs to do better is we need to get this audio dialed in. It's always a different site, a different challenge, different announcers, trying to coordinate all these people. But ideally, I don't have my mic today that I'd put on the coast so y'all could hear the engine noise. So you just gotta